Here we go. I'm live. What up? What up? What up? Well, there's no one watching right now. Just waiting for people to come in and then things can commence. As if I'm doing some big event or anything, but no. Anyway, as the title of this stream suggests, this is going to be the last stream before I'm 21 years old. Whoa. Remember remember last year doing a stream uh titled something similar, something like last stream before I'm 20 or something like that, or something along those lines. But Jesus, 21 years old. Whoa. 2 days before I'm drinking age. And no, I don't have any intention of getting plastered in celebration of turning 21. My dad encourages me to do that, but no, that's not my thing personally. But goddamn, where does the time go? I feel like yesterday I was just turning 20. I remember first turning 18 thinking that was a really big deal. Like, whoa, holy shit. I'm legally considered an adult now. Uh, uh, uh. So how's the one person watching the stream doing right now? Or three people, rather, huh? Hello, someone on the internet. How are you doing? I may not be the best at expressing it, but I'm actually kinda sorta in a cheery mood right now. Not really because of my birthday coming up. I mean, I admittedly don't think much of my birthday, but no, actually at midnight I got a really good grade for a draft for a paper I'm writing. I had to hand in the draft to my professor for him to grade it, and then he can give us comments and tell us how to reboot, how to improve. Reboot. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I woke up less than an hour ago. Okay, but anyways, um, tell us how to improve our essays and such. And I'm in a Discord server with classmates and with other classmates of that class. It's basically a study server. And I was looking at everyone else's grades. They're getting like D's and C's because that professor is apparently a harsh grader. But I got an A minus on the draft, so that made me happy. That made me very, very happy. I'm Robert, LOL. I changed my name. I'm doing well. How about you? I'm doing okay. Like I said, I'm in a pretty good mood because I got a pretty good grade for a draft for a paper I'm writing. I gotta fine tune it and, you know, do the improvements that he suggested over the weekend. So I'm gonna be spending my birthday writing a paper. And then I have a 5-page paper to do next week. And I also have another class where I have to write an essay in class. So I've been completely backlogged with papers really this whole month because it's midterms and I'm taking English courses. Ugh, just miserable. Fucking miserable. But after next week, things should simmer down. Hey, when are you turning 21? In 2 days, March 20th, the first day of spring. I'll never stop bringing this up. I share a birthday with Chester Bennington and Mr. Rogers. Chester Bennington, sharing a birthday with Chester Bennington is cool. I like some Linkin Park, but Mr. Rogers, I consider that an honor. You're never going to see a man like that ever again, or a person like that in general ever again. They close the window for a sec because, surprise, surprise, they're doing construction behind my house. For those of you who have seen my other streams and have heard banging or trucks beeping because they're going in reverse, yeah, that's still going on. My phone just updated to iOS 15.4. Nice. Happy early birthday. Thank you. I guess this birthday is a milestone. I mean, last year's was a milestone. I entered a new decade of my life, and now I'm gonna be 21 years old. Drinking age, like I mentioned earlier, and no, I'm not gonna get plastered. Like I said before, when 0 people are watching the stream, I don't plan on drinking. I don't even plan on doing really anything for my birthday this year. I had a big party last year. Really, my family wanted to do the party. Last year's birthday, my birthday last year is pretty fun. My dad came down. Some other family members I haven't seen from my dad's side came down. It was really nice, but there's still that like black cloud of sadness hovering over me because it was my first birthday without my grandmother. And on top of that, it was my 20th birthday. So, the fact that she didn't live to see me turn 20 years old just kind of, festered in the back of my mind last year. But still, and in the midst of that, I had a fun time. I don't know so much about this year because, again, I've nothing planned for my birthday this year. I unfortunately don't share a birthday with anyone special, just some TikTok girls, haha. There's a site you could go on to see famous people you share birthdays with. I think it's Famous Birthdays or something. I found out that I share a birthday with Chester and Mr. Rogers a few years ago because on my birthday, went on the Google homepage and went on the Google homepage to search something up, and it said "Happy birthday! See the celebrities you share a birthday with," and I was like, why not? Why not? And I found that out and was like, "Whoa, cool." I think there's some YouTubers or whatever I share a birthday with. Let me see. March 20th, famous birthdays. Yeah, Chester Bennington, Spike Lee. I also share a birthday with the director. I've seen some of his movies before. I don't know who Ruby Rose is. I don't know who Michael Rappaport is. Apparently, I also share a birthday with I Justine. Damn, anyone remember her? Things are pretty quiet in the back of the house, but of course, right when I start streaming, that's when everything gets loud. Oh well, whatever. Hello, Guitar Rocker. How you doing today? I share a birthday with Gandhi. Well, Gandhi wasn't the best person. I'll just say that. Got a little drunk on my 21st birthday. My dad encourages me to get plastered on my birthday and to get laid. He's always very heavy on that. But again, I don't know if I'm doing anything for my 21st. Maybe I should, because again, I'm 21 years old. I guess that's a milestone. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I haven't really thought much of my birthday these past few years, or the past several years, really. My cousin who moved to Colorado died back in September 2019. He was only 32. Oh, shit, I'm very sorry to hear that. Then Jacob Sartorius shares a birthday with me. Oh, God, anyone remember that guy? Damn, Jacob Sartorius. Haven't heard that name since 2016. back when everyone was making videos on him. Yeah, I even made like a video or two about him, didn't I? Think I did. Those videos are probably long gone now. Sorry. Collab with I Justine on your birthday. Yeah, me and her do like a tech review together or something. You share a birthday with Walt Disney. Mm. He also wasn't the best person out there. Very anti-Semitic, from what I remember. But yeah, I remember when I would do videos on like cringy people online or something, like Jacob Sartorius and people like that. Ironically, I was being cringe too. Cringeception. I rewatched an old video of mine that I made back in 2016 about Earth Day. Some of you probably remember. I don't, or maybe one of you. I don't know if any of you actually remember. Maybe. But it was a video I made back in 2016, which became a little bit of a meme among fans of mine back in the day because it had a really weird intro where first I showed off a video, the beginning of a video of mine that I made back on Earth Day back in like 2012, and then afterwards I drank from an M&M cup or whatever. Might sound weird, and to be honest, if you watched the video, it's not. It doesn't get any less weird, but basically the joke was that I was a squeaker and I was felt very awkward hearing my squeaker voice. I've been thinking of making a video about that because it was a pretty bad video. Basically, the point of the video was people litter anyway, so why should we even have an Earth Day? Hello, Devil Wolf of Legend. Oh shit, Proof from D12 also shares a birthday with me. He was the guy that got shot, right? I I haven't listened to a song from that group in a long time. I remember really liking D12 when I tried to get into rap more a few years ago. I mean, not to say they don't have good stuff. I mean, I very rarely, well, not very, very rarely, but sometimes I do listen to stuff like Eminem and some of his stuff, some of the stuff from his rap group D12, and I like it. I like it, but you already know I'm not the biggest fan of rap. I got one thought here for you. Any thoughts on Dar Man? I have no clue who that is. Oh yes, I hate Matt Walsh a lot. He's human waste. It's frustrating seeing Kim gain so much notoriety after that Dr. Phil appearance. Just overall, surprisingly mask off. I mean, he's pretty much the guy that says the things that a lot of conservatives wish they could say. Or, he's pretty much the guy that says what a lot of conservatives think but don't want to say. I mean, the dude's literally for arranged marriages. And not for also, let's not forget his classic tweet where he defends the idea that a 12-year-old girl should not get an abortion, and the justification for that is, well, if she doesn't get an abortion, then there won't be any proof of abuse, as if there's not any other way to prove that a little girl was sexually abused outside of her getting pregnant. You share a birthday with your best friend in the Yoshi community. That's nice. I didn't know there was a Yoshi community. Well, I mean, any character has a community, I'm sure, has their own fan base. I'm sure the Yoshi community is wholesome compared to like some other communities for certain other characters. I'm going to be old enough to drink in 2 days. I'm still 20 years old, but 21 on the 20th. I just remembered I'm gonna be the meme number 21. Remember that old Vine with the little kid saying 21 in a funny voice? Uh, the 9 plus 10 Vine. I remember when I first heard about that Vine back when I was in middle school. That's when that meme was huge. One of my friends went up to me and said, "What's 9 plus 10?" And I'm like, "What the fuck, are you stupid?" And I said, and I was about to say 19, and he was like, "It's 21, you dumbass." I didn't get the joke. I was like, "What? What?" And then he was like, "Oh, it's from Vine. You don't know?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I didn't know. I don't. I don't watch Vine." Now Vine is dead, and we have TikTok now. It's so funny, people shat on Vine so much back when it was popular, but now that it doesn't exist anymore and it's considered nostalgic, people are like, "I miss Vine so much. Now we have TikTok. TikTok is so cringe and watch." And like 6 or 7 years from now, if TikTok isn't the biggest thing anymore or TikTok just fades away from existence like Vine did, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I miss TikTok so much. Now we have this new thing. Can we go back to TikTok?" Yeah. It's just it's just kind of funny when people, shit on things, and then when that thing becomes nostalgic, people are like, "Oh, I miss it so much." Saw a video of Matt Walsh saying that trans people probably should have been beaten up in middle school to knock some sense into them or something. Yeah, he really is the guy that says the things that a lot of conservatives know they would get shit for saying. Because like I said, he's like the easily the most mask off out of all the Daily Wire commentators. Yeah, it's very sad that in the year 2022 we have people like him peddling so much fucking hatred towards a group of people who are doing nothing wrong. It's just that they have this irrational hatred of certain groups of people, and they say awful shit like this. It's just disgusting. Wario is my favorite anti-hero. Well, my favorite anti-hero is Tony Soprano. 9 plus 10 equals 910. Got him. Why are people in your school area and your old school so rude to you? I mean, I don't know if people are necessarily rude to me back when I was in school. Well, I mean, there were some douchebags in like middle school and high school, but it wasn't too much of an issue for me. I remember in seventh grade, 6 years ago, I used to have Musically before it was TikTok. Oh yeah, Musically. Forgot about that. I was like in between Vine and TikTok. Whatever happened to that? posted in the Discord server. Well, I look forward to not watching that later because I don't think I feel like listening to anything Matt Walsh has to say. My phone isn't ringing. That's the phone in my uncle's room. I don't have a phone that rings like that. I just have a cell phone, an iPhone. Yeah, I like some of the Mr. Incredible becomes uncanny memes. Some of them are pretty funny. It got rebranded into TikTok in 2018. Oh God, really? I'm such a dumbass. I didn't know Musically literally became TikTok. I just thought it was some little fad that people were posting onto, and then just kind of faded away and got, TikTok became the new thing. I didn't know it is TikTok. Whoa, mind fuck. Because I remember Musically being so big in like 2016, 2017, whatever. Because after Vine died, people migrated to there, and then people started making videos about how Musically is so cringe, and that kind of faded away when it became TikTok, and turns out it is TikTok. Damn, or TikTok is Musically. Yeah. Can I also just say this? You know, ranting on TikTok and complaining how TikTok is so cringe is cringe in and of itself. I mean, talk about TikToks that are legitimately harmful. I mean, those do exist. Like, for example, when COVID first became a thing, there was the COVID challenge. People were like licking toilets and shit. Um, Public toilets, I mean, you know, doing the get COVID challenge or whatever. And then some people actually did catch COVID, and some of them got cases so bad to the point where they had to go on, where they had to be on ventilators. Shit like that is actually legitimately terrible. And I think I remember one other challenge, like Act Autistic Challenge or something like that, something fucked up like that. Criticize stuff like that all you want, but when it comes to like teens lip syncing to music and shit like that, what's the harm? Why make fun of that? They're just having fun. My sister uses TikTok. I don't like TikTok though. It did make a build a bitch by Bella Porch happen. I've never heard of it. I never heard it. I don't know what's up with my voice today. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of TikToks. I don't really like the format of TikToks. Like 1 minute videos of people like lip syncing or whatever. But yeah, I don't think it's like as bad as people say it is. I have a TikTok account that I don't use. I just have it for shits and giggles. I still have TikTok on my phone too. I have not opened the app in a long time, but yeah. Have you ever played the Persona games? Funny you mention that because I'm currently in the middle of playing Strikers. I played regular Persona 5 last year. Yeah, I know Royal's a thing. I'm gonna play that eventually, but you know, uh, regular Persona 5 is offered for free if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, so why not? Um, I'm liking Strikers so far. Admittedly, I think I kind of do like the turn-based combat more when it comes to Persona, but eh, the Hyrule Warrior style of combat is also pretty fun, though. Make some TikToks, maybe, maybe. I'm not doing them. on Mr. Incredible becomes Uncanned Video. I prefer games with turn-based combat like Earthbound, Undertale, and other RPG games. Um, the Mother series is a big exception for me when it comes to RPGs, turn-based RPGs. All in all, it's a genre of video games that I'm not that into. Again, aside from like the Mother series, but Persona 5 wasn't that bad either. I think Persona works better turn-based. There's things that I like more when it comes to the combat and strikers. Like for example, you could actually like dodge attacks because it's real-time combat, not turn-based. There's things like that that I like more. But all in all, I think just the turn-based format works better. What was your reaction to Earthbound slash Mother One being on Switch? I was really happy. I was psyched to see that those games are finally going to be put on the Switch. About fucking time. I mean, it's funny. I made a video like a month before saying these games really need to be on the Switch finally, and then it happens. You're a Led Zeppelin fan. I like Ozzy Osbourne. I love your rant videos. You should do more of those. Well, currently on hiatus from making videos, so you probably won't see more of those for a little while. I don't know when I'll stop being on hiatus though, because to be honest, I kind of like um, not making videos. That sounds, I guess that sounds bad, but I don't know. I was really burnt out when I first, made that video announcing that I don't want to make videos regularly anymore. At least for the time being, I can see myself going back to making videos regularly again. But for now, I'm pretty happy not making content regularly. Sorry. Imagine if you still make videos at the age of 30 and over. I would not be surprised, but I don't know. maybe I'll maybe I would have thrown in the towel by then. I have no doubt YouTube would still exist over the age of 30, but I don't see it going away anytime soon. I used to make videos when my best friend got me back into it. The last video I made when I met when I was exploring an underground tunnel. I've seen some exploration videos like that before. They're interesting. But yeah, things have been pretty low key for me, aside from having to do a bunch of essays for my classes. God, it's just essay after essay after essay after essay. It's just frustrating. Remember, I watched your videos 7 years ago at the age of 12, and I still do to this day. Well, it's nice to know that there are some people who have stuck around that long because get people from time to time. Well, even on these streams, I sometimes get people who just stop by and are like, "You still make videos? Whoa! I remember watching you when I was like 12, and now I'm like 18 or whatever, and I can't believe you're still here." Yeah, I still make videos. It's I guess in a way it's sad that people will just kind of forget about you, but it's also cool in a sense that people you know remember your existence after so long. And it's also, of course, really nice to hear that people still watch me for all these years later. I had no the I when I first started making videos on this channel, I had no clue I was even going to still be making videos all these years later. I thought for sure, after I made my first few videos growling at the gamepad after getting banned on Miiverse, after getting reports and then eventually banned on Miiverse, I would have been like, "Yeah, I'm done with this. This YouTube stuff is not for me." But it ended up being fun, and here I am, all these years later, still making content. Well, right now, I'm not making content regularly, but still, I didn't just disappear off the face of the earth like I thought I would have done years ago with this channel. Because I see some Miiverse channels from way back in the day that were active or semi-active back then, and now they're just like barren wastelands, or they just flat out deleted all their videos. And there were some cool people I interacted with back then on Miiverse that I would love to talk to again, but chances are a lot of those people probably forgot about me. I mean, there have been some throughout the years who come back and are like, "Hey, I remember you. How are things?" And it's really nice reconnecting with some of those people, but there are still also some others that I would love to talk to, but I have no way of contacting them. And again, chances are they probably forgot I even existed. So mm, I've only watched you for 2 years. Yeah, you're not an OG. Get the fuck out, pleb. Only kidding. I'm glad essays have been a thing for me since like my first semester. Here's the thing, I made a video talking about this, but essays for me aren't hard, they're just things that I don't wanna do. Like, once I get my mind really set on it, I can write an essay just like that, finish it within an hour. It's just that starting it is always the hardest part. I just procrastinate and I don't wanna do it, but then when I finally do it, it's easy. I just have to really push myself to start it. I'm very bad with procrastination. It's math that I'm glad I don't have to deal with ever again. Took one math course in the first semester, and it wasn't even like algebra or geometry or anything like that. It was just, math for like real life situations. Like for example, we're learning about, the process of elections and such and things like that. Like real world type math, not the shit I was learning in high school. And then I passed that class, got the math credit I needed, and I never have to take a math class again. You were here before I reached 1,000 subs. Well, cool. I remember I used to watch Giga Gambi all the time back in 2014. Yeah, I watched him a little bit too. Not that much, but I would tune in whenever he would make another video, another worst posts on Miiverse video. And then he quit making that series, and I stopped caring. I did kind of like his Miiverse relationship videos, but I wasn't. I didn't care all that much for them after the first few. I was never really that big into like dramatic reading type videos, so I just kind of tuned out and forgot about his existence. And I haven't looked at this channel in months, but it seems like most people forgot about his existence because the dude has like 20K subscribers and gets like the same amount of views I do. So yeah, I'm sure he's doing well though. I don't know anything about his life, but hopefully he's doing well for himself. At least he's still kind of chugging along though. He didn't just disappear off of YouTube like most other Miiverse YouTubers have. I've watched you since 2015. There's more people here that have watched me for a long time than I thought. Found your videos through your Go Animate rant. Wow, that's an old one. Well, surprisingly, people still watch that old Go Animate video I made. Video has like 30K views now. I still do get comments on it regularly. Not very intelligent comments, mind you, but it still gets comments regardless. I don't get what's fascinating about Go Animate videos at all. It's just Family Guy with robot voices, grounded characters like Caillou. I don't know. I haven't watched any of those kinds of videos in years. I remember seeing some of those videos and thinking they were just garbage, and I felt compelled to make that old 3 reasons why I hate Go Animate video way back in the day. Yeah, I remember when those grounded videos were big. I don't know if those are still a thing, but yeah, I don't pay attention to that community at all. I don't know the first thing about that community. If those videos are still a thing, then yeah, well, more power to them. Go Animate was ruined by the community. Yeah, I'm sure the original purpose for Go Animate wasn't for like kids to make videos of cartoon characters getting grounded or cartoon characters getting brutally murdered or whatever other kind of videos are made on that program. I think one of the reasons in that video, you know, provided as justification for why I don't like Go Animate was the absurd price. What was it like, $160 a month? I was gonna say 100 a month, but I don't think it's that expensive. I don't know. I know it is. It does go for an expensive price for a program that really isn't advanced at all. But I'm sure most people who make videos on Go Anime just pirate it. I'm sure. It's a really beautiful day, by the way. I love days like this. And recently, we had the time change. It doesn't get dark and gloomy at like 4 p.m. anymore. Even though I do like standard time more, admittedly. People really hate when it gets dark early, but I never minded it because I prefer the night over the day. It's just always been more calming for me, nighttime. But the Senate recently passed through a bill that would make daylight savings time permanent, and I'm all for that. All for that. It just has to get through the House and then Biden's desk, and if it passes those two, then daylight savings time would be permanent. I don't think it goes into effect until 2023 or after 2023. There's, like companies that have their time, have their clocks set for it to switch past 2023. I think there's complicated stuff when it comes to that, but to think that eventually, there's a high likelihood that eventually we won't have to worry about changing our clocks anymore. I am all for that. Or really, I don't think we change our clocks that much these days. We have electronics that change automatically, but still, even though I still prefer standard time, I like it when it gets dark earlier. I'm willing to just sacrifice that so we won't have to do the fucking time change twice a year anymore. Having to adjust to either losing an hour or gaining an hour. Fucking hate that shit. I want it to just be eradicated already. So yeah, fuck daylight savings. I will say though, spring would probably be my favorite season if it weren't for my allergies. It's already starting to act up. As you can see, I've been scratching my nose a lot. That's always been one of my symptoms for whatever reason. The human body's weird. So far, it's just been that, but eventually, it's going to be my eyes itching, my nose always being stuffy and running. Yeah, that usually goes into full swing in like April, but I'm already feeling a little bit of that. We're not in spring yet, but we're getting there. 2 days away. My birthday. It's the first day of spring. You love summer and fall. Yeah, summer is. I mean, too hot for me, and fall. I mean, fall is all right, but I don't know. It's always been kind of a depressing season for me with all the leaves on the ground. And here in New York, a lot of fall days are like kind of gloomy, gray skies and such. Just always associated fall with like depression. Oh yeah, speaking of that, it's also another good reason to just get rid of the whole daylight savings shit, having to change our clocks bullshit. Seasonal depression. There have been multiple studies showing that the weather or the just things like that, like the seasons or the weather and such, having an effect on people's mood, and the fact that or the days being shorter, nighttime rolling in earlier, that can affect people's moods. I mean, again, there have been multiple studies done on this showing that shit like that can affect people. So yeah, even though I personally like it when it gets dark earlier, you know fuck what I want, obviously, if things like that are affecting people's depression. Completely supersedes what I want. Halloween's all right. I mean, I haven't even celebrated Halloween since 2014. That was the last time I went trick or treating. I was 13 years old. Summer gives me fruit flies. Yeah. Oh God. That's one of the things that I really hate about summer. The bugs come out like fucking crazy. It was so bad last year because during the summer we were doing the whole our house is being renovated. So when the workers were here and they're here from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So for like nearly 12 hours on end, they'd be going in and out of the house. So the door would always be open and all these fucking flies would come in, all these bugs. It's disgusting. But that's all over now, thank God. Last time I ever went trick or treating was 2017. I see. Yeah, wasps are pretty terrible. I never got stung by one, thank God. And hopefully I never get stung by one. I was stung by a bee back in, I think 2013. That was 12, so yeah, probably. That was pretty bad. I remember when I was in middle school, uh, we were in the, we were outside. It was during lunch. They let us play outside, and there was this big ass wasp flying around. It's terrifying. I was pretty close to it, and I didn't make any sudden movements because I knew that thing would go after me if I did. Thankfully, it just ignored me. I just, I just stood stock still, and it just flew away. Do I still watch Pixar movies? Sometimes. Sometimes. I think the last time I watched a Pixar movie was the second Incredibles movie because we have Disney Plus, and I was like, yeah, why not? The first movie ended with a cliffhanger. I always wanted to see where the story would go following that cliffhanger. It always bothered me as a kid that there was no sequel, so I figured, why not watch the second one? It was decent. I mean, there's no topping the first one, but I think most people knew that the first one would be better, even before going into watching the second one. A wasp got close to my face and I froze because of it. That must have been terrifying. In all my 20 years of existence, I never got stung by any insects such as bees, wasps, hornets, anything. But I do get bit by got bit by mosquitoes once when I was little. Only once? You got bit by mosquitoes when you were little? And that really hard to believe. I'm usually a mosquito magnet during the summer. I remember Incredibles 2 hurt my eyes. Well, I didn't have that. I didn't have strong feelings like that towards the movie. I just thought it was just mediocre. But yeah, mosquitoes. Just I wish we could eradicate those fucking things off the planet. I don't think they even have any environmental benefits either. Mosquitoes, they just exist to be annoying. Like bees, for example. When you get stung by a bee, it's fucking awful, but they actually have a purpose in our environment. Pollinate flowers. Mosquitoes, I don't think they do anything like that. And usually it's your own fault if you get stung by a bee anyway, because you usually have to do something to piss it off to make it sting, to make it yeah, sting you. Like when I was a kid, when I got stung by a bee when I was like 12 years old, I was riding my scooter or bicycle, whatever I was riding at the time, past a bee's nest, and they felt threatened. They got scared, and some of them stung me. I got stung by two bees in a row. That reminds me, when I was in 10th grade in one of my classes, this big ass cockroach appeared in the classroom, and it was like something crazy, like this long or something like that. It was huge, like a fucking monster. It's terrifying. I remember when I used to get bitten by mosquitoes and stung by bees. Shit hurt. Oh, I'm sure. Well, mosquitoes for me, the bites never hurt. They just, itch a lot. And I do give in. I do scratch the bite marks, whatever. But when I got stung by bees when I was a kid, that was terrible. It hurt. Thankfully, I'm not allergic. I remember my mom being terrified that I got stung by a bee because stung by two bees in a row because she I never it never happened to me, so she didn't know, and I didn't know if I would get an allergic reaction. I have an idea for a movie about teenagers stopping the boogeyman. I want to make it an animated film. I'm gonna work with Studio Ghibli because I think they're creative and artistic more than Disney. Well, good luck with that. Imagine getting bit by an actual radioactive spider. Then he gets spider abilities and web across New York City. I'm afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of most insects. They're just ugly looking creatures. Like, I'm not even able to kill centipedes because of how terrifying they look. And I get, told all the time they're more scared of you than anything. You don't have to be afraid. Fuck that. They're scary looking. I don't want to go anywhere near a fucking creepy, crawly insects like that. The only painful sting in the world I heard is the executioner wasps. They're quite real if you've seen Coyote Peterson's videos, a sting video. Well, I don't know about that guy's video specifically, but I have heard of that specific uh, breed of wasps. Do wasps serve any purpose for the environment? You don't need to show me a picture of wasps. I know they look ugly. Fuck you, Google. Many species are the natural predators of many insects, thus helping keep pest predators low. Pest populations low. Wasps keep these unwanted pests from our gardens and parks and bring them back to their nest as a tasty meal for their young. Other species of wasp are parasitic, which still lends us a help in pest control. Yeah, I hear this. I hear a similar thing about spiders, like they kill the other insects in your house and such, but still, they're just terrifying to look at, or at least the bigger spiders are. I remember when I was in high school, actually, I saw a little spider walking on my binder, and I was fucking scared. I was like, "Whoa, whoa!" I mean, I didn't scream or anything, but I just got really surprised seeing a little spider crawling on my binder. Remember when I was 7, I got bitten by a lot of ants. Never gotten bitten by any ants. It's the red ants that are aggressive, not the dark ones, I believe. Tarantulas and black widows are pretty terrifying. They're very, very scary looking creatures. Imagine living in Australia, though, with all of its creepy wildlife. Ugh. I don't know if black widow bites kill you, but I do know they make you sick, usually. I mean, I guess they can kill you, but I think more often than not, you just get sick from a bite. Could be wrong, though. I would go there for the kangaroos and koalas. Well, those animals are cool, but all the fucking insects and shit that fester around Australia, it's just scary. Do you have one big phobia of one insect? Probably centipedes. Scariest looking insects, at least in my opinion. And then there's the bigger variant of centipedes, millipedes. Terrifying. Centipedes are ugly. They're like diggers since they dig and eat their prey, like a mouse, for example. Yeah. I'm sure centipedes also serve a purpose, but they're just scary looking. So, anything going on with all of you? Things are all right with me, I guess. Have I ever played a Sonic game before? I played the original Sonic game on Virtual Console, and I played Sonic Colors years and years ago because a friend got me that for my birthday. I didn't ask for that game specifically. They just didn't know what game to get for me, so they got me that game, which I played that game for a little bit, but I didn't care for it that much. That same year, another friend got me Mario Kart Wii, and I had so much more fun playing that. But yeah, overall, the Sonic series just a series I don't care for all too much. Apologies to any Sonic fan who may be watching this. Yeah, I heard of the daddy long leg spiders. They're pretty terrifying looking as well. You're a Sonic fan and you're not offended. Cool. Chris Chan will get mad if you have an opinion on Sonic. Well, negative opinion, I'm sure. But she molested her mother, so anything she says is invalid. What are your opinions on Bad Bunny, the Twitch streamer? I've heard of her. I don't know much about her, though. I know she does politics or whatever, I think. I know there are some people who have problems with her. I think Vosh doesn't like her, if I remember correctly. But I don't know too much about her. Wasn't she the one that had that controversy like 2 or 3 years ago where she complained that people weren't sending her enough money on Twitch or something like that? I remember something like that blowing the fuck up with someone named Bad Bunny or something similar on Twitch. It was either her or I'm mistaking her for someone else, but I think it was her. And if I remember correctly, people were saying it was just a running joke on her streams, but I don't know. I can't comment too much on that. Yeah, I've heard some not so good things about her as well, mostly from Vosh, but Vosh is like public enemy number one to like every other online lefty figure. I heard he recently burned bridges with ContraPoints and I don't know if he was ever friends with Cat Black. Well, apparently they used to sext or something. I tried to look some of this up last night on like his subreddit, and I realized I really just do not care. Yeah, I like Vosh too. I don't agree with his ironic misogyny and his ironic ableism and stuff like that, and several other people in this community don't like it either. But doesn't really. It's not enough for me to withdraw my support. It was Bad Bunny. Oh, thought so. What do I think of Hunter Avalone? He is okay. I watch his stuff sometimes. Not too often. It's usually when like, a title captures my interest or a video or a video of his, judging from the title alone seems like it'll be a spicy hot take kind of video. Those kind of videos from him usually capture my interest. I remember the controversial video about Reddit of yours when someone made a response to it. The less I remember that, the better. But yeah, um, this whole Vosh thing with the ironic misogynist J.K. Rowling tweet. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's just to the point where, holy shit, just move on already. Still talking about it. I see him on Twitter, still like taking shots at ContraPoints. Like, oh god, can we talk about other things like, you know, the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine and shit like that? Hello, person whose name I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce. Well, I could just call you Cinnamon. That's would be much easier. I didn't know you deleted your Twitter. I haven't even looked at Twitter all that much, like at all. I more just use Twitter for the people I follow. I don't really look at Twitter beyond that. Well, I don't look at other people's community tabs all that much, so it must have been something I missed. I do sometimes get people's community posts show up on my homepage, but a lot of the times it's not even people I'm subscribed to. Like It'll just be channels whose video who made like one video I watched in passing because it was recommended to me, and then all of a sudden YouTube is like, let's show you every single community post made by this channel. You watched one video about who made this one video you watched and nothing else. It's been almost a week, but I feel better not having it anymore. For me, I just don't really pay attention to the toxicity of Twitter. I just, again, mostly pay attention to the people I follow. And if anyone I follow is into any drama, I just don't engage with it. I don't really look at it all too much. Like again, I was scrolling through my Twitter feed a little bit before I did this stream, and I saw Vosh was still like tweeting about Contra and still like fanning the flames with the when it comes to this drama. It's just like move the fuck on, please. Like who knew one dumbass tweet would just start such a fucking firestorm? I tried Twitter before, then it became useless to me, and I uninstalled it right after. You probably made the right call. You don't have a Twitter account. Maybe you're better off. Maybe you're better off. I don't even post on Twitter all that much because no one fucking reads anything I post on there. Oh, what's the point? Contra was the one who blocked Vosh. I still like both of them personally, but it didn't need to escalate to this, in my opinion. For me, I don't even know much about this. I don't know who blocked. No, I know Contra blocked Vosh, but I don't know like who instigated this first, what argument this all stemmed from, if they even had an argument. All I know is that Contra blocked Vosh, and Vosh has been posting over it for like 2 days now. And all of his like mass banning people from like his chat and Reddit has been like mega cringe too. Like any person who criticizes the ironic misogynistic J.K. Rowling tweet is just yeeted off of his site chat or YouTube chat or his subreddit or his Twitter. It's just petty and childish. I'm sure his Discord server is the same, but I rarely ever look at his Discord server aside from like some announcements that are made on there. His Discord server is probably a shithole, not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't look at what people say in there. I don't really look at any of the other channels aside from the announcement channel. So I don't know whether it's a good server or not. I'm just not a big fan of servers that are that big and that active. Because every time you look at any channel in that server, any channel that, regular members could type in that server, there's like 12 people typing at once. And I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. Too anxiety inducing. I say that because of how big it is and because it probably consists of a lot of arguments. I don't know, but you get more of that and shit. You get more of that shit in servers that big. Maybe. Again, I don't know how his server is usually. I think I've only posted like 5 times in this server. Let me see. Apparently, I posted 7 times in the server. What do I get if I if I search for my name in this server? Oh, apparently someone shared my Jimmy Dore video in his server. That's that's cool, I guess. Based high quality video. Thank you, random Vosh. Random person in Vosh's server who is probably not watching this right now, but whatever. Yeah, in every chat, several people are typing. Oop, Charlie's meowing. I'm surprised Charlie isn't meowing more. Usually he just meows incessantly in front of my door until I open it. Maybe that's not why he was meowing. Charlie is going to be 14 soon on the 1st of April. Yeah, April Fool's Day. But yeah, he's gonna be 14. Ugh, Jesus. I've been streaming for an hour and 21 minutes, apparently. Wow. That it's only been an hour. Oh God. New message finally. Holy fuck. What do you think of South Park? I don't watch South Park. A lot of dumb chud humor that I'm not very fond of, and overall, I'm not a big fan of uh, adult cartoons. Congratulations on your 21st birthday. Remember me? Yeah, you comment on some of my videos and my streams, so you look familiar. Also, thank you for the early birthday wish or early happy birthday message. It's still surreal to think about that I'm going to be 21 years old in 2 days. I know things don't really change just because you turn a year older, but I guess I should, uh, I guess this birthday is special because again, 21 years old, that's kind of a milestone, I guess. I mean the the thing that people get the most excited for when they turn 21 years old is finally being able to legally drink. But I don't have much of an interest in doing any of that. Remember what I said about Nintendo's copyright rules in the last stream? All I was saying is that copyright issues with Nintendo were far less severe when Iwata was in office. I don't know. I'm inclined to disagree with that because things were still pretty bad when he was at the helm. I mean, Let's players who played Nintendo games were getting their ad revenue taken away. For example, that was a huge problem back like 10 years ago, and Iwata was at the helm during that time. April is getting close. The moment of truth is incoming. Will one of YouTube's greatest pedophiles have the balls to return? Yeah, I know who you're referring to. We'll see. We'll see. I wanted to avoid talking about him in this stream, but I guess it's inevitable considering he's supposedly getting off of probation next month, I think. I mean, it'd be funny if he does return, though. Wonder what excuse he'd come up with. We'll see. Anyway, it would go on for the usual 2 hours and however many minutes, but to be honest, this stream is really boring, so I'm heading off now. Maybe I'll make another video or two in between the next stream. We'll see, but for now, take care.